Alright, so I'm going to do a spirit tier list as we have set up here, so I guess I'll hop right in and start with Ahazu. So, upon reviewing what he is exactly, blah blah blah, the prime perks, okay, avoiding engulf attacks, that's nice if you want to dodge certain broken demon lords. Leviathan? Whichever one engulfs you. And I guess that might be good for fighting Illurian. But like the hunger, passive power, if you want to call it, is annoying. Eating anything in one turn, I don't think I've ever used Ahazu in binder play. Shadow Well, blah blah blah. So the 20% chance of losing their next move. Do you really think that still works after the xhty merge? Do you really? I'd guess that's probably something like all main based. But creatures you attack in melee. Oh, no, that is xhty. Have a 20% chance of losing their next move. I doubt that works. Swallow. You can eat any meal in one turn. Oh yeah, that's. Okay, who cares? It's not like they're a corpse. Oh, any meal. You get enough Lembas. There's not corpses anymore. Chris removed corpses. Corpses are gone. Chris was like, I don't like hunger, so I'll remove corpses. So, irrelevant. Engulf, annoying as shit. 10% chance to be abducted, 10% HP or less. The problem is that calls Mon gone, and so does the abduction. Control F, whatever it's called, active power. Mongon does not go through the right calls for a lot of shit that tracks monster deaths, or triggers on certain kinds of monster deaths, so like unique livelogs. Mongon, if you Mongon something, it doesn't call corpse chance. And this, I think it still isn't fixed, and this pisses me off. But that's a different problem than the spirit being shit. So, the taboo is you must not become weak with hunger, which is stupid, because then how are you going to pray for food? Especially when you're hungry. I'm going to say Ahazu is an easy F tier. Easy F tier. Absolute shit. Why would you ever use him? Like, maybe to avoid an engulf attack, but like by then you would probably be late game and you'd just no supreme him. And the flail skill would be nice if Quicksilver wasn't hella nerfed. But even then, probably not worth it. So yeah, shit house, fuck him. Alright, Amon. Amon is cool. Amon is usable early game. So like, unlike Ahazu, who like you need a pit, so you're probably that's bitch to do, and it's like, why would you even bind him? Amon is neat as shit. I like Amon. Amon's not like particularly strong. But, I mean, cold immunity is nice. Clerical spell casting, I don't know how useful that is. It's just that the fire breath early on can be nice. And the seeing in the dark is nice for, well, if you're a drow, you can see in light, which is nice. But if you're just exploring the mines, it's useful. It's a useful early game. And then the passive melee, I wouldn't give him. I could see maybe using him late game for the cold res if you didn't get any other source of it, and the extra dice if you want that extra melee attack. And the taboo is kind of annoying in that you can't pray or donate to priests, but it's not like it's a reasonable taboo, unlike Ahazu. I'm gonna put Amon in C tier, whoops, just because Amon isn't very great. But it's still like usable, sort of. Andrealphus. Whoops, so I'm not gonna yank it till later. Andrealphus. Right, so no digging through walls, it is permissible to dig through rough stone, blah blah blah. Teleport control is a useful intrinsic early game, sometimes in the right scenario, sort of. Transdimensional array is interesting to use early game. I've used it early game before, and so is the teleport. Angle fighters is useful in strange angles. I've used that early game to get through chaos, mid game through chaos, and then early game for the not having striking for Vlad's. I don't, I think you can. What can't you? Don't you learn the seals? Do you learn the seals? I think you learn some seals or some shit while you have him for like the TP. And he grants escape spells. I'm gonna put him in C tier as well because he has his uses. He's just, why would you ever use him late game? Like, hungerless teleport, okay, and then transdimensional array. I could see it teleports struck monsters. I could see kind of wanting to use that on Astaroth, but by then you've already got so many Telewans, hopefully, by then, and like there's not good walls for you to shoot through. But Angle Fighter is neat early on. I don't know how that works with the ACDR split, or if that works. There's so much shit that needs to be thought about. So get into C tier. Okay, Andromalius, the Repentant Rogue. Andromalius pisses me off, cause like you're encouraged to use him as a binder if you want the expert in dagger for using the stabby Pen of the Void. Theft immunity, nice. It's pretty usable. Theft can be a pain, especially as a weak little binder. The dagger skill is useful. Jester's Mirth is pretty strong just because paralysis is nice. Thief's Instinct, that's just automatic searching. That's cool. But the passive powers that you can sneak attack, no stolen, and detect thieves are all nice. Oh, hold on. I forgot to review Andrealphus's. Alright, no, yeah, I already did, okay. Yeah, but the inability to steal or touch stolen items is fair. Just discard your stolen shit from the beginning and don't steal. Yeah, if you know how to, it's not too hard to avoid. I'm definitely putting him in B tier. Cause he's usable. I could see no priming him late game, for the Jester's Mirth, but like I can't see leaving him bound because it's just like only but so useful. He's got his uses, and he's not annoying. Okay, Astaroth. Astaroth is an interesting one. So you must not deliberately break inventory items, non-inventory items, blah blah blah. You can break. The binding ritual's reasonable. So Chakras, that's nice. I think it counts as external. Magic breathing, that's also really nice. His Astaroth's assembly projects an invisible beam, blah blah blah. That has to charge. Does it? I've used him early game quite a bit, but it's been a while. I'm gonna put him in B tier, because the magic breathing is nice. It's not as good anymore now that we have the Space Mead and Guild Jellyfish. What's that called? I don't remember. But his rusting passive power is just pretty ignorable. In NDNH, it's more meaningful. I could see using him in NDNH, but that's not what I'm ranking these for. I'm gonna put him in B tier with Andromalius, and that like he's not good. He's just not terrible. You know, he's got uses, sort of. I could see myself nose priming him quite a bit. Oops, that's C tier. Oops, that's okay. Balam. Did I pronounce that right? Don't care. Balam is. My problem is when I think of the spirits by name, I just think of their NDNH monster form. That's what pops into my head. And so it's just always like, wait, who is this again? So the taboo, not sacrificing intelligent creatures, that can be fine if you are done sacking, otherwise I would not want to sack with that going on, because I don't know what's intelligent and what isn't usually. Half spell damage, you're not going to use that, like, doesn't the key provide half spell damage? Hold on, let me reference. Let's see. Oops. Fast energy, auto. No, okay, it doesn't. I think it. I don't know. Half spell damage I could see being useful, especially with some of the more dangerous spellcasters. But really, who cares? Early game, he's okay to bind. You just need ice. Now, Balam's Martyrdom. This is interesting. When you have negative AC, you roll twice for AC effectiveness. I've used this before, actually, late game, because I had such crazy AC, because I was exploiting Crystal Plate Mail, plus 14, polyed into other stuff, I think. This might need to be adjusted, because rolling twice for AC might not be as useful without really high AC values. Because before it was pretty reliable if you had super high AC that you could dodge a lot of hits this way. But now it's like not as much about dodging the hit. Oh, for effective AC. Oh, so that also includes DR. So I hope it rerolls for DR now. I don't know. But Balam's anointing, make a touch attack, blah blah blah. These like 10% kill stupid bullshit. I don't know how useful those are. And then Icy Glare. I don't know if I've ever really used him early game. It seems like it might have some skill, but whip skill is useless. So I'm going to put him, just because his AC boost might be useful. I don't know if it is anymore. And his taboo isn't too horrible. And a half spell damage is nice. I'm going to put him in C tier. I don't know how accurate that is, but oh well. So Berith. Hold on, I'm gonna make sure the recording's still going. Okay, it is. Cool. Berith is bad. Berith requires it to still. Yeah, so the Berithable items, those can be fun to try to find early game. That's not really something you do in dNetHack though. That's an ND and HACU thing. Like, why would you want to bind Berith? Maybe if you really want, would it give skill in lances, sabers, and riding, and full bab. Okay, full bab is neat. Oh, that's arguably has some. But blood price monsters may drop gold instead of corpses. Does that doesn't even? God, that probably doesn't even work in Gehenna or yeah anymore because of monsters not it. A lot of these spirits need updating so much. I should just like, whoops, start writing down all my questions like, does the AC reroll affect DR? And then I had another one, I don't remember what it was. It was something, it was xhty related. Post xhty merge 20% chance to reduce your speed on hit work. Also fix corpse chance, handling, livelog, and other stuff. Okay, so Berith, right, Blood Mercenary, financing things with your gold is goofy. It doesn't do enough damage extra that it's worth wasting your gold on, I've noticed, and it's just a pain to maintain the gold. Your mount, if any, benefits from your resistances. Does that even work anymore? I know we've changed how a lot of monster resistances have worked. So I'm gonna put Berith in D-E tier. Riding has its uses now for if you're a gnome. I'm gonna put him in D tier. And I'm gonna say blood print work probably doesn't work in hell. Does your steed still get your resist after some of the monster resist changes? So I don't know if that functionality even still works. And I honestly I have no idea. Dude, this shit's so bullshit. But he's bitch to bind. Berith is shit. Fuck Berith. I don't even know why there's an E tier. Fuck E tier. D Berith. Buer. Oh, instant S tier. Alright. I'm gonna put Buer in S tier and then I'm gonna explain why. Oops. So Buer is good as shit. Must not use death magic, wand of death, and finger of death. Don't know if those taboos work. I've had instances where they don't, but I think it was fixed. Hungerless regen. Good. Very good, especially if you're an incant. Healing spells and martial arts. Martial arts is the valuable part. Because early game you've got a shit weapon, you ain't got shit, everything's shit. Martial arts is so much better than worrying about a weapon. Sometimes even after you get the quest pen. It's just like, the martial arts just slaps so hard, especially if you combine it with Eurynome and get Grandmaster. But then the Gift of Healing and Gift of Health are so good, man. Gift of Health is strong. I think it's better than a Unicorn Horn. Increases failure chances when casting spells. Really? That's an interesting... I didn't know that. That explains some things. Still S tier. But the Gift of Healing and Gift of Health are so both amazing for dealing with getting pummeled too hard. And then the Hungerless regen and the epic weapon is just like, it's too good to be bad. And the fact that you can bind it without any restrictions, it's just a lot more spirit should be as useful as Buer. I'll put it that way. So Chupo's annoying. Drawn around a corpse of your race or a grave. So a grave, because where are you gonna get a corpse of your race for some of those races? You must not engrave wards. Ugh, that one's questionable. I don't really. Have I used Chupo before? Yeah. I don't know. So, I mean, I don't know. If you were good, you'd use words. I'm not good, so I don't use words very much, so I don't know how much of a problem that would be for me. I could see the Ethereal Strike being useful. You can always hit intangible foes, Shade, Chirp, Caramel, etc. I could see that being useful for Chaos 3. I could see him being useful there. Poison, I think it's a she, actually. Poisonous Bite, you gain a Poisonous Bite attack. That's nice. Grave Eater, you can eat Tainted Corpse safely. That's nice, seeing as Chris removed corpses. Or of Despair, monsters move somewhat. Chupo is a... And then you can throw the web, and the knife skill's stupid, but sleep immunity can be really nice when you don't have any other source of it, and you're tired of... Oh, I don't know, say an elf in Chaos 3 slams a sleeping potion on your head, and you get, like, stabbed by a bunch of elves and proc an AOLS before you wake up, or the stupid Quatons, breathe sleep at you, and it doesn't bounce off your reflection shield because it's a sleep breath attack, so it can't be reflected without dragon reflection. Ooh. Yeah, so I'm gonna put Chupo in B tier, just because Chupo seems to have some uses. But again, I don't know what much I'd prioritize Chupo. And it's not something you can usually bind early on. Dantalion's an interesting one. So it makes you annoying to blind yourself. Well, not so much anymore. So back when CPM used to be like the only thing worth using, you'd always just be wearing CPM, so you couldn't blind yourself. So he was pretty annoying late game. But now DSMs are in, CPM nerfed, sort of. DSMs are popping, and you've got a lot more options as well. Like, I don't know, woolen ceramic plate mail's pretty good, shell plate mail's pretty good. Thought Travel's neat, Dreaded Dantalion, I don't know how much I've used it. Telepathy's nice, in the fact, like, extrinsic telepathy's always nice. And then getting 2-hit bonuses against telepathic things is neat. You get good skills, two-handed sword, broadsword, scimitars. If I found an early Ars, Atlantean royal sword, I could see myself maybe using Dan. He's kind of annoying because you're probably going to bind him off the neutral quest level throne. Yeah, Thought Travel's useful. It's blocked on Astral and can't get into the Wizard Tower, blah blah blah. Thought Travel, and I think it's blocked on Valley of the Dead. I think you can use it to get into... Back when priests used to Earthquake the altars on Binder End, I think you could Thought Travel to the Lich in the room with the altar to summon Mean Guy, Asarak, however you say his name. So he has his uses. He's just... Endgame, it's just like, yeah, I don't need this. The Taboo, not destroying thrones, is annoying if you're going to be rolling through the neutral quest, where there's a lot of thrones. Yeah, I'm going to put him in, honestly, like, B tier. Whoops, how did I... I don't know how I got his name in my fucking buffer. Who knows what I did? Whoops. So, let's see. We're on to Echidna. Echidna can only be contacted in the gnomish mines. You must not throw or eat eggs. Okay. Okay. So yeah, no, Echidna's nice in the pen. I like the acid. Grant skills with the unicorn horns. I don't know why that's its own thing. Thick-skinned is neat. Acid immunity is neat, especially if you're fighting certain enemies. Squamous, AC is modified by your constitution. That's a neat one. Monster of mother, blah blah blah. Acid blood. They're taking. Attempt to tame chosen monster. I don't know how much I've actually used Echidna. Echidna can only be contacted in, I thought it's not only the gnomish mines, it's cavernous levels, I think. I hope. So I think that's wrong. I don't know. Thick-skinned is neat. I don't know how useful it is. Might be useful now with a lot of OPROP weapons that Chris maybe didn't think, oh wait, this is a something that will only do 1 damage to thick-skinned monsters, because like when are you ever going to be thick-skinned? If you're polyed, or wait, do half dragons get thick skin at level 15? Don't know. Maybe they should. I don't know. I'm gonna put Echidna in D tier because like this isn't useful, man. Like it's not useful. It's just not useful. Like I'm sorry. No. And it's not like that good early game either. Like if it was useful early game, I could see that. Eden. Alright, so Eden has been since nerfed, which is good, and it was nerfed Eden was going to be nerfed in a horrible shit way that broke alignment spirits, and made it so that you only wanted to use Nodziarth. But then Chris changed his mind on that. I don't know. He had a local build with it, and then I think builds diverged, and Eden is S tier. So here's the thing. Eden is the reflection spirit. You can't destroy trees or fountains. That's an annoying one. That you have to be careful with that. Long swords, that's an important skill for a lot of artifacts. Silver hull, so your silver hitting, that's useful. Purifying blast, that one's got a charge. It's neat. It's pretty cool. Recall to Eden, I've had some pretty good experiences with. You know, it can be a bit flaky, but sometimes it's gotten me out of some situations where it's like, I can't kill this guy, but I can kind of tank him for a bit and keep spamming Recall to Eden's on him and kind of kite him. And so it's S tier, because of Reflection and Branch Port, and then a bunch of other useful things. So my suggestion is don't have Reflection and Branchport on the same spirit. The Branchport spirit's going to be, I would say put Branchport on, put Branchport on Council maybe. I don't know though, the Binder being able to Branchport early game is kind of part of it. Whatever the Branchport spirit is, it's going to see 100% use, because you need that. You just need to be able to Branchport. If given the opportunity, like, it's worth sacrificing a lot for. But the fact that it has Reflection, like a super valuable intrinsic, is also, like, it's just stupid. Now, the Branchport has been nerfed, so that you must charge for 5 turns, and you have increased AC while charging. So that's neat. It's no longer, like, a super OP instant escape. In fact, I think that might even get you killed if you try to use it to escape now. But it's useful to get around once you've cleared out baddies around you, and I'm glad it was nerfed in a sane way. I'm pretty happy about that. So yeah. And the Purifying Blast can be useful. So after Eden we have Enki. Enki's okay, I'm gonna put Enki in S tier. Because literally just the end game usage. So Enki on the Ascension run, you want to save some curse gain level pods and get past some Seraphs. Enki. You want to skip a lot of the Astral hassle. You can literally use Enki on Astral to get to certain doorways, like the temple doorways, they are generated closed now. Chris did that to nerf this strategy. I don't know why he didn't just ban Enki on Astral altogether. That seems sane to me. Because like Dantalion's banned there, why shouldn't Enki be? So you can still use Enki to like double back if you're trying to like you know you reach a template's the wrong one. It's really good for doubling back. Because like mobility is everything on Astral. And then there's the part like that. Just literally the Walker of Thresholds active alone is enough, but then you slap so much more on Enki, like water damage protection. It's not as valuable as it used to be. We have more sources of that now with the WDS, White Dragon Skulls providing that now. But it's still nice. I swear something else provides that now. Not sure. Oh yeah, the Chaos 2 slab. But swimming, oh wow, you learn swimming, that's useful. Permanently learn swimming, that's useful as shit. Fruits of Civilization, eating non-corpse prepared food and drinking booze heals you by your level times 10. So basically a potion of booze at level 30 heals you from, so Blessed Pot booze, 300 HP heal. So it's not as useful as full healing, but that's nice. Alley Fighter, plus 1 AC per adjacent wall. That's useful, and then City Dweller, plus 2 speed when at least 4. So, speed bonuses, even slight ones are really nice, especially if you're a Clockwork, because I think those get multiplied by 2? I don't know. And then the skills, you get a handful of things. Short swords, hammer, sling, dart, and boomerang. None of those are particularly useful. I could see short sword, maybe. Actually, wait, no. Hammer could be useful if you want to roll Mjolnir, but I don't know who wants to do that. Maybe if you find it, I don't know. Now the thing about not being able to refuse Fukubai is the taboo. That's fine. It's reasonably balanced. I've unbound because of that, because I just didn't know. But and then the binding ritual's so chill for early game. I don't know. Enki's not that good of an early game spirit, but pretty alright still. Definitely like B tier early game, but like S tier end game and mid, mostly end. Okay, Eurinome's Eurinome's been nerfed a bit, so the just because I'm gonna put Eurynome in A tier because Eurynome might be S tier, but yeah, free action is nice. We've got I don't know if we've got more sources of it now. We do, and that Unheld One provides free action now. Yeah. Hold on, I need to... Okay. Yeah, the skipping turn, Eurynome is epic for this one, so it's a good habit to skip turns with search instead of dot, because it helps you find traps, basically. And Eurynome helped me learn to do that instinctively. So Eurynome increased my NetHack skill. Free action is obviously like a really needed thing in DNH, because it counters so much, and so Eurynome is good for providing that. Yeah. But the Shape the Wind can be... Shape the Wind is a really cool active power. It's not the strongest always, but you can get some interest. It can be like the weakest thing ever, or it can be like, yes, I needed this. So it's cool because it's a roll of the dice. Vengeance is an interesting one as well, because lashing out can be really useful. I've had times when it's kind of like kicked ass and times where it sucked. Retaliation got nerfed, so it's literally not a full attack routine, it's just like an unarmed attack, and that's lame. And the taboo is annoying. And the bind takes a pool of water, which is easy-ish to get. And then Form Dancer, you get extra unarmed attack damage. And then Water Walking is nice. It's really nice. It's what helps put it in A tier. Free action and Water Walking on one spirit. Plus some unarmed buffs, and plus interesting, maybe not necessarily always useful, active power is definitely A tier. I could see an argument for it being an S tier, but I don't know. Alright, let's see, Eve. Eve's seal must be drawn next to a tree. You can't eat fruit. Yeah, I usually don't eat fruit. Half Fizz Dam, nice. So that's sickles and bows. Whoops. Bows, maybe, if you wanna... Hey, maybe when Plague comes out. I don't think you can... I don't know what Bows a binder would be trying to use. Maybe just to shoot the black arrow, but then you don't need skill. Barrage is weird. I've used it a bit. It's not... Eve is not very useful early game. Eve feels like it should be useful early game. Eve needs buffs. Eve needs to be useful early game. Harvester, you deal double attack damage to plants. Don't see that being too useful in dNetHack. Maybe NDNH and some of the adventure branches, but yeah. And then Hunter-Gatherer, creatures are more likely to leave corpses, roll the corpse chance twice. So extra corpse chance is neat, but it's not like that applies in Hell, you know? So I'm actually, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put Eve in, like, half fizz is nice, half fizz alone is C tier. I say as I put the half spell damage guy in D tier. Honestly, you know, no, fuck you, you're going. Cause, like, whoops, Eve, instead of just reroll corpse chance, also allow corpses in Hell. That's my suggestion, because things have changed since Eve was made. So yeah. Fafnir's been nerfed lately. So it's really, his taboo is ridiculous. I'm gonna almost put him in E tier because of his taboo. Fire res, neat. Pickaxe skill, okay. Infravision, yeah, that's useful if you're a race that doesn't have that, I can see that. Fired Aura, I don't know how useful that is. I don't even know if that still works, man. It probably does, XY more, I don't know. Breathe Poison is only useful for Binding Iris, right? That's the Create a Stinking Cloud, yeah. It's useful for Binding Iris. And then Ruinous Strike digs out and untraps adjacent score, moderately damaged, or destroys target. The taboo is too harsh. Needing to maintain that gold piece in your inventory at all times. That's so stupid, man. It's such an, it's an interface screw. You just have to not typo and accidentally drop your coins or put them all in a bag. Like, I'm not learning to play that. And the extra carry cap used to be like meta for like certain builds, sort of. Like you'd try to get Fafnir from the book or whatever. And that might be useful for gnomes, but now we have a lot more sources of carry cap bonus. Do we? Do we have a lot more? I mean, there's the glyph, but are there others? Who knows? I swear there's another. Being an android, I don't know. I don't think that's relevant to this. But yeah, so Fafnir bad, fire res external cool, but whatever. Huginn and Muninn. Do not fall asleep or be subject to an amnesia attack. Okay. You can draw them anywhere, but it reduces your int and whiz by 1, which is annoying. Spear skill, I could see that being useful for a salamander, which will come to DNH one day, supposedly. If I think Chris would merge it if I tried to do that, actually. I know he wants me to, but I just can't not be fucked. I have a lot of other shit that I want to do before that. 25 int and whiz for duration of binding, grants warning. You don't need that usually. And then Raven sounds permanently blind single. The active power is shit. Shit early game. It's not a useful early game. Immunity to hallucination. Okay. Immunity to, oh yeah. So you have to not fall asleep, which is annoying. It's just not usable early game. I'm gonna put Huginn and Muninn in D tier. Because it's just like, when am I supposed to use the, not E tier. Like, when am I supposed to use this type of shit? Iris, friend from afar. So disease res, useful, arguably, against certain enemies and stupid spellcasters. You must not look in a mirror. The taboo is a bit strict on this one because AOA, reflective monsters, including AOA, If you melee them, you unbind. Wait, yeah. Why are you meleeing? Who knows. Morningstar skill, yeah, get fucked. The tentacle attack is nice. Horde wilting is it's hard to bind this one early game because you need a stinking cloud, which is stupid. I'm gonna put Iris in D tier, not because Iris is particularly bad, but like it's niche use late game, sort of, and it's just like not usable early game because you can't bind it, and even then like the taboo is a bit much. Disease res is neat though. So Jack might end up in A tier. Jack early game is really good insurance, especially if you want to play a little bit more creatively and if you're like rolling around with an oil lamp that you need to keep refilling. I've had really good Jack experiences pre-hell, which most of the game now, if you roll full neutral quest, is pre-hell. So Jack is probably going in A tier just because life saving is really good and he's you can bind him anywhere and you just don't get to use him in hell. Okay. Or the plains, okay. But Hellfire Blast, I've used that before with an oil lamp. Oh wow, it works from a lightsaber. That is interesting. Now, I don't know if anybody's ever done it from a. Add some fuel to wield it. Interesting that it has the lightsaber interactions. Jack is good though. He's useful early game. He's useful mid-late game. He's obviously not too useful end game. He's good as bright light in the pen for exploring if you don't want a magic lamp. But be careful with that because when you void chime Otiax into your pen, or with Otiax, if you have Jack bound, you're gonna get fucked because it'll bind him to you on the vibe score, which breaks the taboo. I've had that experience. You just have to know the rules with Jack. Malphas is horrible. You must not harm crows. Okay, that's stupid. That's really annoying. Beast Mastery, that's useful. Call Murder. Summons a tame crow. The crow level is based on your level. I don't know how useful that is, man. Murder plus 2 AC for each adjacent crow. Okay. Gain the XP when feeding crows. Yeah, Malphas is F tier. Like, when has anyone ever... I mean, you need a punishment and penalty for murders. You know when you use Malphas? When you nose-prem him, so you can murder somebody. That's when you use Malphas. F tier. Who cares? I've tried to use him early game, but you run into the problem where the crows just eat all your food. It's like lycanthrope. Like... in Slash 'em, where you get your wolf pack and they just eat all your food. And then you starve. Now, obviously, this doesn't apply to Clockwork and can't, but yeah, they have better spirits to use. Okay, Marionette, aka bind them on a grave. Bind her in the valley, and then don't do that. Probably. Stunning immunity, useful. Must not quaff holy water or remove curses. That's annoying, but okay. It's by then, fine, it's reasonable. You can work your way around that. Root fingers, yank wires, flings unit. Who's ever used that? Root shoot. Okay, I can see maybe using that for digging through mazes. Marionette's edge. Your melee weapons deal additional damage to non-edge, so you can hit behind things. Or wait, what? Also target shadow your melee deal. Oh, so non-adjacent. So when you hit the enemy behind the enemy. So obviously, Marionette's pretty good. Because it's really good for mobbing if it doesn't crash the game. It's not good for early game. I'm gonna drop her down to B tier just because totally unusable early game. Like you can't even bind her early game. You're not gonna find a graveyard that early. Useful for some builds late game. I don't use too much Marionette. Taboo's a bit annoying. And Stoning Res is nice. But yeah. Mother. Mother is considered a strong spirit. Magic rise early on is nice. Divination skills are useful. Clairvoyance is nice. Evaluate is useful. Mother's must be addressed with blind, that's reasonable, and not genociding things. It's pretty reasonable early on, and then later on you can work around it. Now Magic rise is less useful now. Still super early, useful early game, just as resistance. And I wish that one chosen target is struck by lightning. You must not be wearing gloves or mummy wrapping. Causes you to drop anything wielded. Grants an extra move. Disgusted gaze is neat. I wish I used Mother early game more often. Mother seems pretty good. Naberius. It's another S tier. So the thing with Naberius is if you're casting spells, primarily, like, you need Naberius because so it's a bit of work to bind. You need that 14 whiz and confusion, and then booze drinking is a pain. See invisibility, okay. Supposedly, according to Nero, see invisibility is useful. No, it's not. Shut up. I'm sorry. No, see invisibility has its uses. But later on, you usually have some other way to identify a lot of those enemies, whether it be warning, telepathy, and hope they're telepathic. Detect them off of Orchestra or Grimtooth. Detect them based on other types of vision. Who knows? Just blind yourself and see them, lol. Bloody Tongue, I don't know how useful that is. I've not. But Silver Tongue is useful for taming Una. Attack spells and quarter stuff, yeah, attack spells is useful. Crimson Fangs, when attacking a fleeing target, you regain XP. Cool. It's the Arts and Sciences is so strong, just the basic and everything. And then the explosions are larger, 5x5. Razor longer, 2 times, and spells do more damage, plus 50%. So good for casting. It's just, if you're casting, you're using Naberius. Orthos. Orthos' seal must be drawn in front of a hole, so that's not the easiest to bind on turn, early game. You must be in the dark. You must not be in the dark while blind or not carrying a light. I don't know how that works. And disintegration res is like, okay. I'm gonna put Orthos in D tier. Like X-ray vision is the selling point, right? And okay, you get displacement. I just think that the taboo is way too strict. I don't know how it works exactly, but based on the description, and then there was like some shit, I don't know, the Musicalize might be useful. Musicalize sucks, okay? Musicalize fucking sucks. It fucking blows. It blows fucking wads, man. I want to fix that in dNH at some point, but Exhalation of the Rift is not that great, because it aims too wide and you have to not hit friendly. It's just a fucking bitch. Fuck Orthos. Orthos would be useful if he wasn't shit. That's my opinion. O's. I've had some bad times with O's as an ACU in breaking. Okay. So you can draw O's in the depths now, which is good. You can't fall into water. That's reasonable. Immunity to death effects. Really? Really? You don't even... That's so stupid, man. Like, MR gives death res. This isn't null hack where those are split. Trident skill, who's ever going to use that? Plane leap. You can jump. Great leap. You level teleport losing 625 nutrition. That's a big cost. That's more than branch porting as a, as Eve. Or Eden. Querient Thought, you release a blast of static psych. Blah, damages all telepathic on the level and may damage other. Yeah, that's shit. I'm gonna put O's in E tier. Like, even with the level tele, I can see Nose Premming for lev tele, but that nutrition cost is fucking stupid. Not useful or usable early game. Just generally an ass. Actually, you know what, O's, fuck you, you're going in F tier. Yeah, fuck you, O's, you're shit. Otiax. Okay, Otiax pisses me the fuck off. Just because of the invocation ritual sucks, but now that you can fix the bill, maybe I'll do that, assuming that actually works. Because apparently it didn't for a while. The Otiax's seal must be drawn in a doorway. See, this is reasonable to bind early on. Now the problem is, so you get a tendril attack, which is neat. Open is I think it's a useful attack. You The taboo is annoying. You cannot lock doors. You fucking eat my cock. Eat my cock. I can't lock doors. Do you know how much of a strategy that is early on? Are you fucking kidding me? Even later on. I can't lock doors. I can't lock... where... No, fuck you. Fuck you. That's a stupid taboo. Now, I can see just not destroying doors. Valid. Valid. That's annoying early on. Kick down an unlocked door. That's valid. I can kick down a locked door. Fine. Just the not being allowed to lock doors is fucking stupid. So the tendril attack, ooh, yeah. Concealing miss 20% of melee attack. So the extra dodge is nice. And being able to force shit is neat. C tier could be A tier if the taboo wasn't fucking stupid. Paimon. So Paimon is an interesting one. I'm gonna say A tier off the bat. Literally just because if you get an ID spellbook, it's OP. So the binding is annoying because you have to wipe a book for it, which is stupid. MC3 and Hungerless casting, that's cool if you aren't and can't. It's useful if you can't cast, because it's useful if you can because spellbook telepathy is useful, and it's useful if you can't because you get the bonuses, casting bonus. Living Pages used to be broken, and you could gain a lot of XP that way by underflowing monster experience level. But Read Spell is just stupid. If you find the right spellbook, it can just be like, yeah, get fucked. Every 25 turns I get to ID shit, and you can easily maintain a fully identified inventory. Which is really nice. I like Paimon a lot, just because if you get the right spellbooks early game, you can be casting like Fireball out of a spellbook every 25 turns, and that does a lot of dice, or just identifying all your shit, or just magic mapping everything. It's a good spirit. More spirits should be like Paimon. What's the taboo? Reading a scroll while confused. Yeah, that one's annoying later game when you're actually setting your armor up, but it's a good spirit. Shiro. Shitbox Shiro. Immunity. None. What? Why don't I get an immunity? So yeah, no, Shiro's shit. So you start with not enough rocks to bind Shiro, which is fine, because why the fuck would you want to bind Shiro? So invisibility and stealth is kind of annoying if you want to shop. You gotta wear mummy wrapping. Stone Choir, I don't know how that even works after xhty. I don't want to think about that. Earth Solar, create a pit in the target adjacent square, then throw a boulder, can be used to cheat at Sokoban. Replace Sokoban with Lokoban, or anything. Replace Sokoban with anything. That's the point of Lokoban. Anything would be better. As usual, shopkeepers are blah blah blah. Alright, fuck Shiro. Shiro doesn't do shit for you. Polearm skills. Has anybody used a polearm? No. Get fucked. So Shiro is gonna go in F tier, because Shiro is shitro. Get an immunity or something, jackass. Alright, Simurgh. Who roosts on the tree of life. Personally, I really like NDH Simurgh, so dude, it's so fucking good. But actual Simurgh, must be drawn outdoors. So there's I think that's been changed, so it's just grass now, because Chris couldn't figure out what outdoors meant, and that's reasonable, because there are a lot of levels where it's like only certain parts of this level are outdoors or whatever. And so now I think being bound on grass or outdoors works. Cannot fall through trapdoors or holes. Oh yeah, tell it to me early game. I'm not gonna listen. I'm just gonna fall through holes. Once you get flying, okay, easy. Or wait, no wait. Yeah, you're immune to falling through. Huh? Oh, that's right. Yeah, so you can't choose to fall through trapdoors or holes, which can be annoying to get into hell. Enchantment magic. Enlightenment. Okay, that's a useful active power. I could see Nose Premming that. Hook in the sky, up through a level. I could see Nose Premming that. Oh, it doesn't work if you have the amulet. Well, why? Oh, fuck off. Then who's gonna use that? No, I could see that for Nose... we're not gonna be Nose Premming. I could see maybe using that to get past Axis's level. Past Elregard into the levels with the cool shops. Unite the Sky and Earth. That's stupid, man. Lion's Claws. Your Iron Claws deal extra damage to some sensitive creatures. Okay, and then Serang's Radiance. Just your binder if target likes 15. Yeah, so that's cool. The passive powers are kind of cool. The Radiance is pretty neat. The Windowless Tower, that's what it's called. Man, I love that level. So Simurgh is probably C tier. Not like the worst, not just not useful most of the time. You know? Not very good. Tenebrous must be drawn in darkness, must not spread light. That's fair. I can do that. Life Drain Res is neat, especially if you want to fucking fight Axis. I hope Axis's attack routine got fixed. Whatever. Vital Sense, you sense all living things on the level. I think that actually works. Damning Darkness, damage all non-undead, non-demonic, what? Okay, I don't know how Tenebrous is probably pretty useful early on, maybe. I think we might be looking at a B tier spirit here. Mace skill's not the most useful thing, but so yeah, I'm just gonna say that, and we're gonna leave it there. The disguise is a bit annoying, but such is the life of binding. Ymir, fear Ymir. That's an dNH quote. I have no idea how to pronounce his name. Poison immunity. Okay, fine. Poison gaze, not too useful. Gap step, stupid. Club skills. Okay, maybe useful, I don't know. Footsteps of giants, poison, move quickly. So picking up shit like a giant, neat. So I think there's been some talk of giving Ymir some changes that allow you to effectively hit with a larger weapon. I think Ymir should let you two-weapon with, or should let you use bimanual weapons with one hand. I think Ymir should get flying. I think Ymir should be like A tier. But Ymir is shit. Yeah, no, fuck Ymir. Ymir, fuck you, you're in D tier. You might have some use for some... Nah, you know what, Ymir? Yeah, you're in D tier. Nah, fuck you, you're in A tier. So yeah, this is my tier list. Ymir needs flight. A lot of these need review. A lot of these need more shit. There's a lot of new shit that's been added to the game, like new resistance types, new boosts, new kinds of things, and maybe like certain spirits should interact with like new Chaos Quest stuff, new Insight stuff. What else has been added in the last several versions? A lot of things that exist now that didn't used to exist back when spirits were made. A lot of these need revision and need updating. I'm hoping to do that eventually in NDNH. I don't know, how good it'll be, especially integration with some NDNH functionality, but even then, I mean, DNH has plenty of new functionality that NDNH doesn't have that it could integrate with spirits. Definitely want a slotless flight spirit, though. Yeah, this is, I don't know how good of a tiering this is. This might kind of suck. It might be kind of wrong, and a lot of these might be totally ignorant judgments because the wiki is super wrong on what these guys do or don't mention something that got added. Like, shit, somebody got something added to them. Oh yeah, that was Ace Rack. Whatever. I'm only rating near void spirits. Fuck all the other spirits. They can suck my dick. This is the near void spirit rating. Those are the ones that should be balanced first, and then everything else is just kind of like, usually a free chaos spirit, but that's a whole different cup of tea, man. This shit is different from getting that shit straight, sort of. Honestly, I don't know. Who cares? Fuck you. You're only getting these spirits on the fucking list, cause I don't fuck with the other spirits. So yeah, that's my rating, and I hope you disagreed because it's a lot of it's kind of fucking stupid. So peace.